and my YouTube channel is Stay Body Positive. I'm new to this, so bear with me. I've been on a journey for healthy living for some time, and it started in 2008 when I moved to the Virgin Islands, and I had been eating unhealthy for about 10 years, and so I had about 60 extra pounds on me. As you can see, I don't have those anymore. I want to share with you through some video vlogs some of the things that I do on a daily basis to help me keep the weight off, and share with you what I did to get the weight off, and hopefully inspire and motivate you to be healthy body, mind, and spirit, and help you through your life. So if you stay with me today, I've got a treat, and I promise it's a sweet treat at the end of the video. I was thin all my life, and literally graduated high school weighing 98 pounds, for those of you that don't know me, and started gaining the weight around 2000, and cooking very southern fried food and eating a lot of southern fried. That probably wasn't the best things calorie-wise, and I wasn't exercising at all. And I had always been a very active, healthy person throughout my life. And I decided that I wanted to be on a healthier path. I discovered yoga in 2008 in St. Thomas. So learned a lot about healthy living and the mind and meditation, and decided that I needed to lose this 60 pounds that I had on me. So part of the process of losing weight is becoming mentally prepared, as well as it is getting up and just doing something about it. I thought, well, okay, I'll cut out soft drinks, and that's going to make all the difference in the world for me, and I'll lose 50 pounds just by cutting out soft drinks. It didn't work that way for me. In 2011, I moved back to North Carolina, and was staying at a place that had a fitness center in it. I knew nothing about gym fitness at all. So I did get a little bit acclimated to equipment in the gym at that time. Now, I didn't spend a lot of time using the gym equipment. I was more focused on the outdoor walking. I would get up of the mornings and I would walk, and that was great because that kind of kick-started me on this whole journey, was walking. And I was using an app, and that would help me log how long I was walking for and how many miles I would log that day. And it was my goal to do 3 miles at least. Now, I was a runner. I was a long-distance runner. So you have to understand, from being a long-distance runner to not being able to run, because I was so unhealthy and so out of shape and so overweight, that walking was frustrating for me, to say the least. It was frustrating. I wasn't sure that I would, I wasn't sure that I would get back to the point that I could get this weight off of me and be able to be active again. So I can tell you firsthand, if I can do this, anybody can. Right? But I wanted to share where I came from so you guys can understand, and give you guys tips about how I've lost weight and what I've done to stay inspired. One of the things that you have to do is you have to figure out what motivates you. What motivated me was not being able to be physically active anymore. I was miserable. I was out of shape, and it was painful to tie my shoes of the morning, which was embarrassing. I had most of my weight I carried in the waist area, which in my family seems to be where the females carry the weight, and the females in my family all have diabetes, pretty much because of that. So I was bound and determined this was not going to be my course. So I made some conscious decisions to continue every day to get up and get out. So this is tip number 1 for you today, is do something. every day, physical wise, regardless if it's just a walk around the block. I would tell myself on the days that I did not want to get up and get out that if I could just do one walk around the block, that I would come back and sit back down and watch TV. And what happened was I would get started on this walk around the block, and I'm looking at the app I'm using on my phone, and I will share those apps in the comments section of the video so you guys can take a look at those. But I would look at this app and look at, well, gosh, I've only gone half a mile and I need to go a mile, and I've only burned X amount of calories and I want to burn 300 calories. So that's really when I started looking at calories and figuring out that this whole thing is simple math, and it's calories in and calories burned. And it's a very simple formula. So I started to track the foods that I would consume on a daily basis. I hadn't really changed my eating habits just yet, but I started tracking what I was consuming. And I was using an app on my phone that I could literally put the food in, and it actually had a lot of the restaurants in the app. It's called MyFitnessPal. I could just put the food in and it would give me the calories. So I remember specifically being at a local restaurant, a fast food restaurant one day in the drive-thru, and ordered a hot dog and fries and a small milkshake. Before I ate it, I pulled over and I stopped and I got my phone out and I put the food in. I pulled it, it had the restaurant in there, so I was very fortunate. And so I got to pick from the menu in the app what items I had, and so I picked them and then I put them in, and it totaled almost 1,200 calories. Well, I had set a limit for myself of 1,200 calories a day. And I realized in that one meal that I was going to take my whole calories for the day. And I had eaten breakfast already that morning. So I stopped, and I was so hungry that I took 3 bites off the hot dog, which equaled about a third of it. And I ate about 10 French fries, and I took 2 drinks out of the milkshake. I put those proportions in the app, and so I put in that I had a third of the hot dog and that I had a fourth of the French fries, and that, because you can do that in this app, and I put in that I had an eighth of the milkshake. So it dropped the calories way down there. So I was like, okay, I have to make better choices. This was the light bulb moment for me. I have to make better choices and save that for a cheat day, or as I've had it referred to, treat day. So I chunked them in the trash and went home and started to go back over the information that I had been studying on whole foods eating and what foods I could eat and what I would like to eat. And I went grocery shopping that day. That was a huge turning point for me. Was every day I was putting in exactly everything I ate before. Key point here. So tip number 2, put everything in before you eat it, so that you can see what are the calories that I'm actually going to consume, and is this a wise choice to make today? And then the third thing that I would do is my workout routine. And at the time, like I told you, I was just walking, and so I decided to step up that workout routine and incorporate intervals into it. So it was a walk, jog, and I had gotten myself down to, I'll never forget, I was so excited when I actually got a mile under 15 minutes. Yeah, I know that sounds so bad, guys, because I was running cross country in high school and I had a 5:56 mile. So it was very hard for me to accept that I had worked so hard to get a mile down to 15 minutes. And let me tell you, when I hit 12 minutes, I was super excited. So I have not been able to get back to a 5:56 mile, just so you know. But I have been able to get it considerably down. And running isn't something that I focus on much anymore. There are other healthier fitness things that I choose to do instead of running. It has become a little bit hard on my joints. So, that being said, that's my 3 tips for today. But I promised you a treat. So that treat today is a sweet treat. I'm going to share with you today a snack / treat / pre-workout, probably quite frequently, especially if I've been really busy and I haven't had a chance to eat right before I go to the gym to work out. So this does really well to give me energy, gives me a little bit of caffeine to boost my workout, and gives me some protein and a little bit of calories to get through my workout. So I really love Lent's 90% cocoa chocolate bars. So I buy those in bulk, and 1 square of those is about 60 calories. The other thing that I put with it is almond butter. It's kind of like a Reese's thing, but yet it doesn't have quite the sugar in it that peanut butter will have. This is my go-to treat and pre-workout. So how does this break down calorie-wise? You've got 60 calories in the square of the cocoa here, and in the almond butter, that's a teaspoon, actually. A teaspoon, you've got a 1.1 grams of protein and about 33 calories. In the tablespoon, you've got about 3.5 grams of protein and about 98 calories in that. So if you just go with what I've got laid out here today, you're looking at about 93 calories. Now, let's put that in perspective, because I think perspective is a wonderful thing when it comes to fitness, health, well-being, and trying to lose weight, and also your mental well-being as well, because chocolate is my mental well-being. How do we burn 93 calories? How am I going to burn 93 calories? Because remember, weight loss is a simple formula, simple math. Calories in, calories burned. So 3 flights of stairs actually equals about 15 calories. And 20 flights of stairs burn about 100 calories. So about 20 flights of stairs are probably about 10 to 12 minutes on the stair climber to burn this. And then if we choose the elliptical, which I alternate between the stair climber and the elliptical all the time. The elliptical is going to if I'm on the elliptical for about 33 minutes, I'm usually burning an average, now this is for me and my size and my body weight, about 289 calories. So just wanted to give you an idea of my treat and pre-workout and some of the things that I do for the gym and to stay healthy with my mind, body, and my spirit. And just hope you guys find this useful. Let me know what you think. Please put your comments in the bottom, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much.